Welcome back, guys. This is episode 5 of my Skyblock series. At the end of the last episode, you may have noticed that a villager tragically fell in the void and died. However, in between episodes, I went ahead and cured another zombie villager, and both of the villagers are in the box right behind me. In addition to that, I put a roof over them in order to prevent them from being struck by lightning, because that would turn them into witches, and that would be sad. So in today's episode, now that I have the two villagers, I'm probably going to build a villager breeder and then start building an iron farm, so then we can get lots of iron and other epic stuff. Also, there's a cow behind me. As you can see behind me, I went ahead and built up a potato farm, and I connected it to my villager breeding cell. And so what will happen is when this baby villager grows up, they'll start harvesting the potatoes and then give them to these villagers, and then they'll make new villagers automatically, instead of me having to get the potatoes and give them directly to the villagers. Now, if you're looking around my base, you might notice that I have a lot of dirt compared to what I started with in the starting island. Basically, in the game there's a way to turn gravel into dirt, and the way you do this is you can craft 4 coarse dirt out of 2 dirt and 2 gravel, and then with that coarse dirt you can use a hoe on it and it'll turn into regular dirt, and then when you mine it, you'll have regular dirt. With this method you can double your dirt at the cost of gravel. And so I'm going to show a quick time lapse of me turning a stack of dirt and a stack of gravel into 2 stacks of dirt. Going back to the villager breeder, you can see that the villager grew up, and now I can set up this area so that he'll automatically chuck potatoes at the villagers and then they'll make villager babies. Also, I really like how this farm looks. I think the glow shrooms are a really good way to light it up. This is basically just the materials I had, but it ended up looking really nice, which is kind of cool. I could put a roof over this place, prevent lightning from striking the villager and turning into a witch, but I don't really think it's worth it because there'd be a lot of blocks placed, and it'd be pretty easy just to replace this villager if he does end up getting turned into a witch, because I'm going to have a bunch of villagers here soon. Anyway, so now that that's ready, I'm going to set up this area so that we can start making new villagers, and then I'm going to probably start building an iron farm while I'm waiting to get some villagers to put in it. Alright, so I got this little archway set up so that this villager can throw potatoes to these other villagers, but he can't get through because of the trapdoor. In theory. Let's see if I'm correct. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Alright, so I've been having some problems where basically this farmer villager will sleep in one of these 4 beds over here, and then it won't wake up and come back out into the farm area. So then I have to kill it and get a new villager, which is kind of sad. So I was thinking that maybe, right, if I could get it to sleep in this bed one night by blocking off this area, then it'd be like, oh, okay, I have this bed to sleep in, and then it'll sleep in this bed every night, and then it won't have the problem of sleeping down there. And so hopefully that will work, and we're about to find out actually. Oh, looks like you saw those little green particles above the villager's head. That means it found a new bed, and there it is, it slept in this bed. So hopefully now whenever night comes around, this will be its default bed that it will go to. Alright, so clearly we have a problem because the farmer villager is not in that bed, and if I go over here, he is now in that bed. So I'm gonna have to figure out something to prevent the farmer villager from going in that bed at night, because that is not where he's supposed to be. Alright, so my new thinking is, what if I just get rid of the bed that this villager seems to be thinking in? That way he won't be able to sleep in that bed, because maybe the farmer villager is only able to access this one bed that used to be here. So if I get rid of it, then the only bed that they will have access to is this one right here. In addition to that, I'll still have a total of 4 beds, so there'll be 1 extra bed, so the villagers will still breed. So the last fix to the villager breeder ended up working, and so the next logical step would be to build up a storage place for the villagers. And as you can see, it's this little, with the tubes and water and everything. The villagers will be held in the leftmost holding chamber, and when the baby villagers are created, they'll fall down and go through these water streams. And this little section right here that I'm pointing to is the part that holds the baby villagers, and when they grow up, they'll be tall enough to be in that water, and they'll actually swim up through the trapdoor and go through the rest of the system down into here. And that will basically sort out the baby villagers from the adult villagers. And the idea is then, after that, I'll be able to create a system to grab the villagers from the holding area, take them off to wherever I need to put them. As far as design goes, I could have just made this into a box and just had the water flowing in the inside, but I figured I would try and make it look kind of interesting with lots of trapdoors and open spaces, just so it was more apparent as to what was going on, and I think it looks kind of cool the way it is. I think I'm going to show a quick time lapse of a villager, a baby villager going through the system, just so you can see what exactly is going on. A few clips ago I said I was going to be building an iron farm, and once I got my villager breeder working, it ended up going pretty smoothly because I had access to basically an infinite amount of villagers. The design is by Ray's Works, and I'll probably try and link something down in the description, although the original farm design didn't really work and you had to make some edits to it, so you'll have to like kind of go through multiple links in order to figure out exactly how to build it correctly, but it produces an iron golem every like 35 seconds or so. So the rates aren't that bad. One interesting thing about building this in a skyblock world is that you only get one lava source in a skyblock world, and I want to be able to use the lava source in multiple areas like the cobblestone generator and the killing chamber for the iron golem farm. So as you can see, I have the lava source over there, and it kind of flows into the cobblestone generator and then flows all the way over down there and all the way into the iron golem farm, where you can see there's just a little lava blade sticking out. So that's kind of funny. Another interesting problem that I was having was I thought the iron golems weren't spawning for a little while, but it appears to be working again. As you can see, an iron golem just spawned. But I thought that they weren't spawning because it was too close to my villager breeder, which would make sense because then it would like move the village center and they would try and spawn like in this void area or something. I'm not 100% sure, but it appears to be working again, so I guess that problem's been averted on accident. However, I might try and build a second iron farm sometime later, farther away, and so I can get more iron, but for right now I don't really need that much iron, and this thing's produced a bit of iron already. I mean, I already have like 6 or 7 stacks, so that's good. That's basically enough for the time being. The main thing is, now that I have this iron, I was able to make an anvil, so when I'm ready I can name that name tag I got, so I can eventually set up a way to cure villagers and get good trades from them. But I think the next thing I'm going to have to do, which I'm probably going to do next episode, is I'm going to try and go to a mushroom biome and see if I can get a brown mushroom cow so then I can get brown mushrooms. Yeah, but I'm going to save that until the next episode because that's kind of a large endeavor and it's going to require some AFK overnight, so hopefully by the next episode I'll have a progress update on that. Oh yeah, one more thing. So now that I have the iron, there's also some other things I can do with the iron. The first thing I can do with the iron is I actually made some smithing tables, which are the things that you normally use to like do the netherite stuff, I believe. Yeah, you upgrade your tools from diamond to netherite, which obviously I can't do in a skyblock. But the other thing it does is it also gives these villagers that I cured previously in this villager breeder the profession of toolsmith. And because I cured them previously, they both have slightly discounted trades, and for toolsmiths, it's actually mega discounted because you get like 20 emeralds off of purchases. So at the very bottom, we have diamond tool trades at like minus 20 emeralds, and I can trade the iron ingots 1 for emeralds, which is super OP. And that's just because I cured them, so the iron ingot trade gets reduced by 5 to a minimum of 1, so I can trade an iron ingot 1 for an emerald, and then I can trade the emeralds for diamond tools, which is really nice because using stone tools was getting really old. And then on top of that, I got really lucky and I got a villager with a tool enchanted with silk touch, which is super handy because that means I can get grass in my ceiling and move it around easily. Originally, I don't know why I thought this was a good plan. I was just gonna make a dirt trail that goes all the way out to a mushroom biome. That would have taken forever, but now that I have the silk touch, I can just mine some mycelium with the silk touch and then go out to a mushroom biome and then place the mycelium there. The same goes for grass. Like if I want to build a big structure out of grass, I can just mine some grass and it will eventually spread to dirt nearby, which is going to be super nice. And it'll also be nice if I ever start building out glass. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and look forward to some neat stuff happening in the next few videos. I'll see you guys next time. Have a nice day.